It was an advice I was giving them and criticizing some bad deeds of the party people. But now they use it against me. During the campaign, I've been quiet because during the campaign, they wrote 10 sins of Kennedy Agyapong. That's why I apologize to President Mahama. If I tell you what I went through, a whole officials planning that you should silence Kennedy Agyapong, don't give him businesses anymore, because when he gets money, he will be too powerful in the party.
Mwakwa baba Kemba TV sise nani dedi kan waba channel isu abesre eni die ni ahobrase mse obe subscribe video no like na share na afoforo nso enya so faso comment no nso no bo modi anaja to comment section na yenko yenem ebusia yensa emre no yenko no yenko hwe video a interview kasi a course between honorable Kennedy Agyapong and afi Kwesi prat na ordinary so ade hunu senti a opese ogina na NPP amanyoko no delegate yentu ni so aba na omra meyo mampani anase omra medi amanyoko no enim na eventually 2028 no atumi atu aba Ghana fo nyina atumi agina tum na obeyo mampani e wo mamu ha na ni so ade hunu eni ni bota yenti a opese ogina empo na obeyo mampani wo mamu ha no odi atudwa Oni Kwesi prat and adwetwe nkomo e Pan Africa TV so yensemre no yenko tie nkomo didie ai course e honorable Kennedy Agyapong and afi Kwesi prat intem embra medin edi kenba tinase jojo hu na afi enjoy conversation.
And it is my privilege to welcome to the studio, our studio at 48 Swanika Street at Belengpe, the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Honorable, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Honorable, we understand that you want to be presidential candidate of the new Patriotic Party. Is that right?
Yeah, not just presidential candidate, but president.
President of Ghana?
Yes. We just don't need presidential candidate, but we need president.
Of Ghana?
Of Ghana.
Yes, sir. Honorable, what convinces you that you are the best person for the new Patriotic Party?
Okay, my answer is simple. First, I have role models, and the role models, they are pragmatic ones. A pragmatic leader like Dr. Nkruma. When you look at the existing infrastructure in this country, about 60% of it was done by Nkruma on the period of 9 years, from 1957 to 66. And up to now, we've not been able to match what he did. I go around the country and I see the works of Dr. Nkruma. And he's been my role model. If any president in Ghana that I want to beat his record is Dr. Nkruma.
Wow.
And if you give me 8 years, I'll beat his record. Why I want to be president is that, one, we need a selfless leader. Two, we need a bold leader. Three, we need a decisive leader. And four, we need a pragmatic leader. Enough is enough of the theories. We've been propounding theories, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I feel, first, we are not on top of the game because we have to be brilliant on the basics. Mm-hmm. What I mean by brilliant on the basics is that this morning I met some youth and they are into coconut, mango production, and I was educating them how they can take it further by the coconut juice. I gave them example of Waitrose in London, where you go, Indonesia produces this coconut juice, and on the UK market is 75p. They didn't know all these things. Coconut, you can use, you peel it, and the husk can be used for fertilizer. It can be used for charcoal. The coconut itself, they are growing. I don't know what informed them, but they don't know even about coconut oil. So this is what I mean by the basics. The mangoes that they are producing, they can dry them and becomes like a biscuit. There's so many things. The pineapple, I told them, pineapple, we can use pineapple. When you peel it off, what you are going to throw away, you can use it for perfume.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, perfume. Then you don't know the branches. When you go to Kenya, you see they use it for sneakers. Pineapple, Kwesi, plantain, and banana, the stem. We use it for this carpet here. Then the fugu, the thread that they use for fugu is also from you can use plantain stem. They use it for diapers. They use it for tampers. But here we throw them away. Cassava. We can produce or use cassava to produce about 32 different products. If you go to Thailand, then they put biscuit, cassava biscuit. You won't believe it. That is coming from cassava. Can use cassava for starch. I always say that cassava is more important than gold and more important than cocoa. Because one product, if you can use it for one raw material, that you can use it for over 32 products, then gold can match it. And the essentials in it, the starch, almost every pharmaceutical industry, the tablets we swallow when we are sick, they put starch in it. So the demand for starch from our cassava that we use for gali, agbelima, fufu, and all those things, we can do better than that. We use cassava for ethanol. What are we doing? This is what I mean by basics. We have to be brilliant on the basics. When you go to maize, because you'll be surprised that Ghanaians, about 90% of the population, do not know that we have maize oil. One important personality, top official, came to my house in New Jersey. I was talking about this. He didn't know. I drove him to Whole Foods and bought a gallon of it. He said Mazola corn oil. And the corn is there. You see it. The labeling. You can use corn for ethanol as well. In Brazil uses sugarcane for the ethanol. America uses corn for ethanol. And this ethanol that I'm talking about, we have companies in Ghana here that import 2.1 million tons of ethanol. The last time I checked in 2022, it was $962 per ton on the world market. So if you are buying 2.1 million tons, you're clocking $2 billion. Meanwhile, we can use 47,000 acres of maize farm, 2 seasons, which is 94,000 acres straight, and you can produce 2.1 million ethanol, which is equivalent to $2 billion. What are we doing?
You don't have to go to IMF.
Case closed. So that is what I mean by we have to be brilliant on the basics. Without this, those talking about inflation, interest rate, the growth of GDP and all those things, it will not work. Because the fundamentals are weak completely. So we have to be pragmatic in all our decisions. Kwesi, do you know that this is chipboards? All these that you see, like the wood, is chipboards, either from the main sawmill, the byproduct that they're going to try. I was going to Bia East and I saw them burning it. Meanwhile, they use it for this. And sugarcane. Sugarcane, when you take the sugar out, you get ethanol. After ethanol, the byproducts, they compress it and they get chipboards. after the chibos, the last bad product, they use it to generate power. Almost every sugar plant that I visited in India, Kulapu, Lokna, and all those things, they generate their own electricity. And excess is supplied to the national grid with sugarcane. So what they were doing at Central Region, I was just laughing. They don't know what to do.
So, Honorable, if you have these ideas, great ideas, want to rival Nkruma or beat Nkruma and so on, how come that some people close to you in your party appear to be putting obstacles in your way?
Well, Kwesi, you have been in politics for so long. Yeah? It's part of the game.
To put obstacles in the way of something
because sometimes the truth hurts. I mean, telling you that people are being purists, that alone affects some people. They are not pragmatic. They will talk about GDP, they will talk about interest rate, they will talk about inflations. Meanwhile, they are not brilliant on the basics as I've given you. So obviously, when you say that, it weakens them and they tend to hate you. Instead of embracing your ideas and sharing these ideas, your vision with you, they tend to hate you. Oh, I've done a lot for the party. Well, when you say founding members who sign, no. But we're the founding members when culture of silence, nobody could talk or speak. And the Dubois started speaking, we all joined. So I joined this party when it was Kennedy Agyapong, and it was a man called Kennedy Agyapong. He was an ambassador, UN ambassador during Buzia's time, and after the coup, he stayed in America. That's the father of Ochehene, Ochehene's father. He used his apartment to start this organization, as we call it, Kennedy Agyapong. Then it grew, we changed it to NPP. So I've been part of it from 1991, then came back in Ghana to support Dubois and all those things. I've done so many things for the party, and sometimes when we say it, they say Kennedy Agyapong, whatever he does, he talks about it.
Why not?
I don't know. This is my biggest problem in the party. I can tell you today that there's a proverb which says a sheep sweats, but we don't see it, feel it, because of
the
skin. If I tell you what I went through, a whole officials planning that you should silence Kennedy Agyapong, don't give him businesses anymore, because when he gets money, he will be too powerful in the party. And they screwed me up. From 2021 to 2024, it was August 2024 that I got a contract.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you survive?
I've told you, I'm a pragmatic person. And I build businesses not based on politics. I build businesses looking at the demand of Ghanaian populace. And I make sure I do quality things so that wherever you go, irrespective of my party affiliation, because I give out or sell quality products, you are forced to come to me. I will not be ungrateful. The first term, I also got contracts. Why not? But the last time, MPP people, I hear the arguments they make. They don't know that it was deliberate attempt to collapse Kennedy Agyapong. I will tell you the gospel truth. I believe we are all Ghanaians. But if people sacrifice their life to make you whoever you are, the only thing you have to do is to reward them and appreciate their efforts. It was unfortunate that we did not help a lot of people. People looking for appointment, they will tell them we are not here because of MPP. People looking for jobs, they will tell them. People that worked for MPP, they'll tell them to go online. Sometimes, even recruitment, they have to go through hell. This is why it caused apathy among our party people. And they decided not to go and vote. One minister told me how he lost. In his constituency, he said around 2 p.m., the young ones were standing outside. He asked them to go and vote and said, we are not going to vote. Because when we were looking for a job, they were charging us.
Wow.
So we are not going to vote. And truly, he lost the election. We stepped on so many toes. They showed some videos about Kennedy Agyapong. He said this, he's not a presidential material. And if they are not being diabolic, and you listen carefully, because he's been very nice to me, he loved me, he loves me and everything, his wife, but because of party, I ignored this relationship and criticized him. And I have to be honest, I was harsh. Only for me now to come out, when I was criticizing NDC, my party was happy. But when I decided to contest, was the time that they used all the things against me. All the things I used to defend NDC became a sin. And they circulate around 10 sins of Kennedy Agyapong. So now I'm quiet, because my argument is in the Bible, they have 10 commandments. And since Abraham's time, they've not added one to it to make 11. So 10 sins of Kennedy Agyapong, I will not go and say anything for you to add 11 sins or 12 sins. That is why I'm quiet.
But how can you campaign when you're quiet?
No, campaigning, like what is going on, I can say a few things about mistakes NDC is making. But now I'm not going to say it. Country broke, broke, we dey inside.
My question, Honorable, you told us that some people could not take us to the promised land. Then you lost, and then we found you with the people who could not take us to the promised land. What happened?
Well, the mere fact that I was campaigning doesn't mean I'm against the party. If you're a true party man, in contests, you can win, you can lose. So if you lose the election, you don't quit. You don't quit. That is why I joined. I'm still an MPP man. That is why I joined the campaign. And if I had not done that, look at what happened today. Can I even have the courage to say that I'm going to contest? No. Those who didn't have the patience and left, now they cannot come back and contest. So I decided to stay and look at what God has for me, in store for me in future. And we're back again. Those days I was telling them the truth and they didn't listen. Rather, they used it against me that I was destroying the party. But let me take opportunity to explain. In March 2022, I had about 240 million cedis in 6 banks waiting for a contract. It delayed, and after that it didn't happen because I came out openly to contest. Just sitting in the bank, the depreciation, I lost almost $25 million. Am I the only businessman in this country? Colleagues, businessmen were also going through the same. And when they see me, say, you people, we are waiting for you. So during my campaign, I told them, anybody in that administration, he lost the election in 2022. Because Ghanaians have decided that they'll get rid of us. And they used that against me, that I caused their defeat. And you think Ghanaians that were suffering?
Because you spoke the truth.
Yeah. They use that. Some candidates go around, because of him, we lost the election. Did I say that when the fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you? The lady quoted it at the great bank. Did I say that I'm going to lock the dollar, is under lock and key, and give it to police or whatever? And you think I'm the only smartest human being in this country that did not listen or heard? And when they are losing their business and take a decision, now you use it against me that I caused the defeat. Today is an opportunity for me to explain this. Look at NBC adverts. The number of adverts, what Baumia said that they used against him, and compare to the number of adverts they said I have said that. They've never been fair. You see, they've never been fair. But I leave it to God. All the things I said was a caution to them. If they had listened to me, there wouldn't have been this humiliating defeat ever. But they didn't listen. Because the whole party machinery was against Kennedy Agyapong.
But Honorable, those who didn't want you to win, let me put it mildly, those who didn't want you to win, they are still there. So what convinces you that this time round you will win? The people who obstructed you, they are still there.
They don't have the power.
Okay.
They don't have the power. This time, Obia Nubia. People are not afraid of them. They were coerced. They were threatened. MCs, they were forced. If not, they'll remove you. Chief executives, they'll remove you. Ministers, they'll remove you. And few of them, I can quote Edward Boating, who openly supported me. They sacked him when he not sacked as such. When he was 60, a day before 60, they asked him to pack.
They couldn't wait.
Yes. So they threatened a lot of people, and they were afraid. Some to lose their jobs, they had to stay wherever to make sure. But because we were not bold, look at what happened. We lost.
Well, we see some of the things still happening. MPs, they jump into buses and cars and they go and pledge allegiance to one candidate. Former DCs and MCs, they pack themselves into cars, they go and pledge allegiance to one candidate. This is what happened. It's happening again.
You see, let me tell you, Kwesi.
Yes, sir.
As a leader, you should have your strategy. Do you know the number of people who have come to me? But I say, let's work together. I don't do those optics. So I'm not scared. Even when 136 parliamentarians were against me, only Cynthia Morrison, Honorable Cynthia Morrison, came out to support me. And you see what they did to her. So it means all those who were in position of trust, MCs, DCs, ministers, they were right not to have supported me because they would have been sacked like they did to Cynthia Morrison. They ganged up to make sure that he lost the primaries because he supported Kennedy. So I forgive all those people that out of fear voted against me. This time, they have the freedom and the right to choose a candidate that Ghanaian loves to lead MPP. A candidate that Ghanaians have confidence to solve their problems. A candidate that the youth are yearning for to come and create jobs for them. And I know most of the people that voted against me are discerning, they've regretted, and I'm hopeful that this time around, God will lead me through.